We've been together and we've been apart. There have been miles between us and even hours in some cases. But we have always stayed friends. No matter what obstacles have been thrown in our path, or at some point our friendship seemed to be tearing apart, we have stood the test of time. That's the relationship between my guest on the show today and me. Sarika Mehta, my friend from school days with a long career span of over 20 years in the corporate world, decided to give it up all a few years back. Let's watch her reminiscing her years fondly, her gratitude to the opportunities and learnings she gained from the organization she worked for, and how now she has smoothly slipped into the transition of joining her husband in his business. So here's presenting my very dear buddy, Sarika Oberoi Mehta on her second innings. Hi Sarika.
Hi Radhika.
So good to have you here, and I'm like, I don't know what to say because we are such thick friends.
Of course.
And I'm feeling too confused as to how to welcome you because we have been so informal with each other always.
Right. But it's a pleasure to be a celebrity's friend.
Thank you so much. Right. So let's start with the interview first.
Right, sure.
Okay. So let's start from your childhood time.
Childhood. First,
Yeah.
I would like to, thank God. I had a very blessed life.
Right.
I'm still having a very blessed life.
I know.
God has been really great.
That's
And
nice.
Same was my childhood. Like
Okay.
my dad being in a business, from a business background, he had
Right.
a restaurant in the Connaught Place, as you are aware.
Right.
So
And we used to go so often there. You used to treat us so much there. So those happy days.
the chicken curry and
I know. Right.
So then, being from a business class, it was a very fun-loving.
And yours was a joint family.
Joint family. We
Yeah.
had lots and lots of cousins. In fact, we never needed any friends outside.
Correct.
Till the time, we grew up and
Until the time you met me.
Yes, of course, till the time I met you.
Right.
And then, the atmosphere at home was always, fun, laughter.
I
That
know.
was the only thing
Yeah.
that is still in my character and personality.
True.
So that is one thing. But the other part was like my mother had always been very sick. So that was the cause of always stress on me and the cause of worry. And when I
But you were two sisters.
Two sisters, but my sister, when I was 18, she got married. So later on, the whole responsibility of taking care of my mother was totally on me. Like, make me a very confident person. Also, now I look back and see those difficult times, which really, brought something else in my personality. I was a very timid, shy kind of a person because we were completely a big family.
Correct.
So outside exposure was nothing much.
Right.
So that was one thing, meeting and doing everything on my own made me a very strong person.
True.
Which made, like with my mother's hair, initially I was not very good at studies, as you are also aware. So that was another issue, like criticism, something, from people made me more stronger. Negativity made me push
Towards positivity.
Right. And
that's your basic nature actually. That you try to look out from the negatives, you bring out positives only.
Right. That always.
That's a very nice quality.
I had to prove something to myself that my life is not waste. It's a meaningful thing, and I have to make it a very happy and cheerful life.
Right.
And
but in your school time, when you were in our school, when you joined in 11th and 12th, I could never make out. I mean, like that there was any negativity because you were always a very fun-loving person.
Yeah. That was a character which I got it from my family, and then criticism and negativity also was part of it. But
do you think that in joint family it happens like during those days when we were all in joint families? So there was some kind of negativity which was there in that structure.
It was there, like there are 10 people, 10 opinions, 10 mouths.
Right.
So if one or two are saying something bad also, so 8 was supportive also.
Right.
So that way, it never pinched.
So when you say that you were to take your mom to hospitals and all,
Right.
so what about, like, you must be having male cousins as well. So did you get any support from them?
No, practically no. Everybody
Okay.
was busy, so
Right.
it was nothing like emotional support was always there, but
Okay.
otherwise one has to be on their own.
Oh, yeah.
And being in a joint family, and we had our own privacy also.
Right.
So we never used
So you
to
had your own units, like
Yes.
everybody was on each floor.
Right,
So
right.
you were together also,
So
like
and
one
separate
community
also.
and as nuclear
Right.
families also.
Absolutely.
So that was a beautiful combination actually.
It was.
Yeah.
But then my mother passed away just after my marriage.
I'm aware of it. So sorry. Yeah. Auntie was
that
a
was
great
one
person,
thing.
but yes.
So now the same thing is going on. I'm still taking care. Maybe God has trusted the responsible character in me. So I'm still taking care of my father, my sister, and everyone. My children.
I know.
So that is still going on. The process is not off.
Right.
So now I have blended in that. I don't
And that's
think
become your system.
Yes, and I can't survive without that.
Right. Okay. So Sarika, you've been totally from a business background.
Right.
And then suddenly you decided to take up a corporate job.
Actually, my maternal relatives, they are professionals. Like one of my Mamaji is maths professor, the other one is an IS officer.
Okay.
So that way, and I always wanted to be an independent woman, financially, emotionally, and everything. So, like I said, I had to start early in life.
Right.
So what I did was I did my courses and everything, and I applied for a job.
All right.
Fortunately, I got into a Japanese and MNC. That was the biggest break, and very early.
Right.
So
you started very early. I think you kept doing your graduation alongside.
Right.
Yeah, I remember.
So I used
to visit you when you really used to pamper me also, and I used to feel so great. Wow, my friend is working, and let's have fun on her behalf. Right.
So that was one thing, which in the MNC, the glamour part was a lot.
Absolutely.
So
it was a wonderful office that you had, very magnificent
it was
building.
The center of Connaught Place.
Right.
So I was there for 22 long years.
My God.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was.
So you never changed. You continued in that organization.
No, I tried when I thought it's time to move on, but something or the other again held me back. Once I tried for this ADB bank. That time I got engaged. Then I was getting in Bank of Paris. Then I conceived that time.
Okay.
So something or the else, never let me change that job. But I'm very fortunate that I continued in that such a good atmosphere.
Right.
Like it was just a family. We were just 10 Japanese and 20 Indians.
Okay.
So it was not a very big setup or something like that.
Right.
But we had a very good time, and till now all my colleagues are just still family, and we meet very often and we party a lot.
Wow, that's
And
wonderful.
It really made me grow. The things which I couldn't learn from my school or college, I learned everything on the hand, on the job training. That was the thing.
That's wonderful.
So it made me a very...
Actually, it's the practical training that matters.
Right.
Theoretical training, of course, it can clear some concepts, but practical training is actually the real learning in life.
Absolutely, and working with the Japanese people, they are so systematic, and their work alcoholic. Teamwork is their main thing. Then even the consultants we had, like Ernst and Young and things, companies like that, professionals.
Right.
So you used to learn so much from everyone, and wherever I stand today, it is because of the
whatever you have learned
from there, or the roots I created there. That is one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you said that you'd conceived early, right? So in which year did you get married?
I was 23 when I got married
Oh,
because
that early?
because as business family, the pressure
Right.
of getting married
Okay.
by the age of 23 was too high,
Okay.
and it was an arranged marriage.
Right.
And
So you got married into a business family?
No,
Though
my
I know it, but still, for the viewers, I want you to say it.
No, my husband is a professional. He's an architect.
Right.
And I'm so blessed that he's my life partner.
Oh yes, I'm
He
sure.
has a major role to
Your life and your personality.
everything.
And everything.
He changed everything. He gave me wings to fly. He's always like
Very
for
supportive.
today's show also. He only pushed me to go.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you, Anuj.
So he's a big support in terms of like I was working for children and the family, and even he takes care of my family also. So he's
A gem of a person.
Gem of a person.
That's true.
Maybe some good deeds,
Yeah, must be some good karma.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you were you must be working 10 to 5 or 10 to 6?
Yeah, it was 9:30 to 6 and 5 days a week. So
Right.
that's why I continued. And the other reason for my, continuing for so long was my husband met with the accident at a early stage of our marriage. So then, it was just we decided that once the fixed salary would be most welcome, though we never used my money for anything, but still
That's
for
kind
the
of a security.
satisfaction.
Yeah, that's right.
That was another reason
that you continue.
to continue.
Okay. So when you were away, and since Anuj also, he met with an accident, and children must be really small, or I think you had Sharan by then.
Yeah, I had only Sharan that time. Yeah,
your elder son. So that means then who was taking care
my
of?
in-laws, we are with our in-laws only.
Okay.
So my mother-in-law, father-in-law,
Both of them were taking
they're
care.
Gem of people, and they really take care of my children till now,
Right.
and they have a great bonding.
Right,
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yes. So Sarika, when you were working, I think 9:30 to 6, that was your working hours.
Right.
So you never felt guilty about leaving the children behind?
Yes, of course I did.
Yeah.
I did. I think the system what you had, you looked after your family and your children, and now you're totally on your own. This is a
Okay.
better option.
Yeah.
But in my case, I think the fate must have decided that.
Otherwise.
But my
yes.
children, they always joke, we don't need you now. Why have you quit? You shouldn't have.
Okay.
When we needed you, you were not there.
Okay, they say that, they feel that.
They joke about it.
Okay.
Or they tease me because that's the most sensitive point I have.
Okay.
So they trigger it all quite often.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Children are very smart that ways. Yes. So in my case, I think they would say that, oh, you should have worked. Why did you leave? You should have continued. We would have been with the maid, or with Nanima was there. She could have taken care of us. So I think children can be very manipulative.
No, even,
So then suddenly after 22 years of working in a corporate job with a good salary,
Right.
and then you suddenly took a decision of quitting it.
Yeah.
So how easy, or what was it that made you quit the job?
See, there were two reasons. One, I was really looking forward to leave everything and be the boss of my own time.
Okay.
Second, I got the opportunity also because our office people, they were planning to shift the office to Gurgaon, which was really very, very far off from my place.
Okay.
So that gave me an edge to think about it.
All right.
And in the meantime, we got an opportunity from our friends who were running their property valuation business,
Okay.
and they were moving to Australia. So
All
they were
right.
looking for a couple where husband and wife can
Take over their business.
over their business.
All right.
So everything came on its own.
Okay.
So then, no doubt, I decided a lot, and my husband also researched a lot, like leaving such a good salary
Correct.
and 22 years, and then doing something which I have
No clue
about it.
Right. Second inning.
No, I think that was the second inning, and after managing that company for 6 good years.
Right.
And we made a lot of turnover was huge, and when we returned the company to our friends, it was almost the double the size.
Wow.
So
they must be thrilled.
Yes, and that was first year my husband was with me, and after last 5 years I managed everything.
So your business blood, like that worked
maybe,
probably.
maybe, yeah, right. You can say that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So leaving that was a mutual decision, because I could not carry on. That was too demanding.
Okay.
So then I thought, if I had to work so much, then my previous company was much better.
Correct.
It was not so stressful.
Right.
So then I left everything, and for 2 years I was not doing anything.
Right.
And my sister's daughters were getting married, so I was more into family and looking after my daughter. Cleared her 12th, so settling her. My son came back after completing his law. So for 2 years I didn't even realize
that how they passed.
Yes.
Right.
So for the last 6 to 8 months, my husband, he really was looking for a person who could handle his finances and administration. So he asked me, "Are you interested?" I said, "If it's a matter of 1 or 2 hours a day, then only I will decide," because the office is just in the first floor of the house, so there was no commuting, nothing. So I said, then he said, "If you can manage everything in 1 or 2 hours, I have got no hassle."
Okay.
So that was the thing. So now I'm working with my husband.
All right.
Yeah.
So how's that partnership?
That is good, because we made the choice in that property valuation business that we will not interfere in each other's work at all.
Okay.
Because he being a Aries, so he flares up. So that arrangement is still continuing. If I am working, and he will not interfere in my work, and I will not interfere in his work. Yeah. So it's till now it's working well.
Doing very well.
Yeah.
Without any interference.
Right. But though I'm not getting any salary or anything, it's all free.
Okay. Okay. So basically, you're doing an honorary work for him.
Yes.
Good.
And keeping my mind sharp.
Right. Right. But you are fully aware now where the finances are and where are they going.
No, earlier also that smart wife I was always.
Good. Very nice. So now that children are grown up and husband is into his own, he's like well established in his work, and you're of course assisting him. But where are you currently as a person?
Asked me the right question, because I'm really taking good care of me. And after leaving everything, I was diagnosed with diabetes, and I have very severe varicose problems. So eventually I've got time. I do yoga, I eat healthy, I walk, I exercise, I socialize a lot, which I missed in my life. I meet my friends once or twice a week, or my relatives. That is the big thing which I'm really happy about and enjoying thoroughly.
Correct.
Because I missed it completely for 22 years. I was totally office and home kind of a person.
Right, right.
And plus I am more into spiritualism.
Okay.
So I read Osho, I listen to Sadhguru, and I'm a very content person.
Right.
And
that you've always been.
But now I can feel the difference in my behavior, my attitude. I am not, that fiery anymore. I'm quite patient.
But very strange, I've never known you as a fiery person.
Ask my family. They will not be able to say that we have seen that kind of a mama. I've been a very strict mother.
Right. So, who's a good cop and who's a bad cop for children as far as you both are concerned?
I think we are very balanced. Like my husband devotes completely to their education and their life and everything, and I manage their health.
I'm sure you must be taking some vacations and all.
Right. Every 3 months we travel. I've traveled mostly all over the world.
Wow, that's wonderful.
And all over the India also.
Great.
So once in a quarter we take a week off.
Okay.
And we travel a lot.
Oh, wonderful.
So that is another very good thing.
Wow. So that's wonderful. You are at a very, like beautiful space right now, I would say.
Thank you.
And I think you have done beautifully in your life. So God bless you.
Thank
and
you
it
so much,
was
Sarika,
wonderful
Radhika,
meeting
and
you.
God bless you too.
Thank you.
You are doing so wonderful for yourself, for your family,
Thank
and
you.
salute to you.
Oh, thank you. Love you.
Love you. Seriously, I mean it from my heart.